Okay, so fluval nano reef update. This is week 10, so 2.5 months or so in from the start. I've managed to suss out my dosing levels now after a week or so of reading stuff. It's worked out that I dose 5 ml a day of alkalinity, and I just dose calcium and magnesium weekly. I do a water change the day after I test for magnesium and calcium, and just dose a little bit just to bring them back up, bring the magnesium from like 1350 to 1450, and calcium from like 420 to 450 again, and yeah, that's about it really. Everything's doing well in the tank. This week I had a couple of days where these two clowns weren't happy. Well, one's definitely changing, or changed to a female, is definitely getting significantly larger than the other. The other, which I take is the male, had a funny couple of days where he's sort of cowering in the corner underneath this the wave machine pump by the magnet. Was panting, sort of breathing quite heavily. Wouldn't feed for a couple of days. Sort of just staying away from the female. Female just completely normal, eating fine and zipping around the tank. Now, today is probably the day where I've noticed it's back to normal now. They're both together all the time in this corner, which they like. And the male's now eating and not panting, which is great. I thought I was going to lose him, but I think it's something to do with the pairing process between the two. So hopefully all the dramas are over there now between them two, and they should get along fine. They're definitely getting bigger, I know that. Shrimp usual doing brilliantly. Corals, pulsing exenia doing great. That's definitely starting to grow. It's probably not doubled in size, but 50% increased. Candy cane, or toxic trumpet, that's doing alright. Just starting to feed that once a week. Brine shrimp, staying nice and plump. Just starting to split all the way through the middle. It's completely joined. As you can see, it's just starting to split through the middle. Hopefully it'll grow a new head over the next few months or so. That'll be interesting. Torch coral, Euphilia. Torch coral, not really expanding its tentacles much. I've moved it about from here to there, all different places, out of the light a bit, out of flow a bit, out of more flow. Doesn't seem to make any difference. Any advice on that would be great. To see how it goes. It's probably been in there like 2.5 weeks. Might be just still acclimatising or whatever. We'll just see how it goes. All the flesh and that seems to be fine. Nothing missing or rotting away. So I think it'll be alright. It's going to take some time to acclimatise this small little frag of green star. Bit of a boring coral really, but it's the first one that went in. It's starting to spread a little bit, and new polyps coming out. My long luminous green star polyp, that's doing really well. That's starting to spread up to the top now. Doing really good. And lastly, the SPS at the top, Stylophora. He's doing great. Polyps have been open and extended like that since I put it in really. They go in a little bit at night, really come out with the light, and it's hard to see, but it's been in about 2.5 weeks, same as the torch and the trumpet candy cane. It's I can zoom in a bit better on that. I think it's grown a little bit. I know they're slower growing than the soft corals, but it's definitely doing really well, which I didn't think it would. It was just an experiment really. The water parameter was really good. A bit early to put in something a bit challenging like that, but just thought I'd give it a go. Just experiment for 20 odd quid it was, and it's doing really well, so it's giving me confidence to do SPS. Corals, coralline algae, I say this every time, but it's just gone mad. I mean, you can see from the back, this is 10 weeks in, how much it's spotting the wave machine all over the magnet. It's even building up, as you can see here on the front of the glass. I'm going to have to get a blade to get that off. You can see that down that corner. It's just gone mad. Put a few videos on forums and stuff, and everyone's saying, you know, where do you get the rock from, etc, etc. That's really good expansion of coralline so early. I think I've just been lucky with a good batch of rock. It's had a good eye, got good eye for it, and picked the most purpley bits. Well, it was all hairy. It's hard to see, but by the time the clean-up crew went in and cleaned it all up, and then it started to expand, it's just gone mad, which is great. Reading up, the coralline's growing well and at a fast rate and spreading everywhere. It's a good indicator that the water parameters are really good. The water quality is all as it should be. Got a hermit, red leg hermit crabs there. A bit lazy them, they don't really do a lot. Come out a lot at night, occasionally during the day. This is usually during the day they're not doing anything. There's a couple of turbo snails in here, or 3 turbo snails. Bumblebee snail. There's one of those sand sifting snails in here somewhere. I can't remember the name of it now. It's a NASA snail. There it is, there with its trumpet, sort of poking out the sand. Oh, there's the other turbo, smaller one, but he's grown twice the size in like 6-7 weeks. See the new shell growth on him. There is, which I did discover the other day. I've seen it twice. It was out on the rocks during the day in the light. I think it's a serpent star, bristle starfish, only tiny small. I think it lives underneath this green star polyp. I've seen it once before the other day, so I've only seen it twice, but it's in there, which is good. Not much else to say really. Running in the back chambers, just skimmer through some filter sponges just to trap any bulk waste, and then into the third chamber, a small bag of biological, not that it really needs it, a bag of activated carbon, and down the bottom, before the water goes through the return pump, sort of around the return pump inlet, is a bag of Fosguard, and see to the wave machine controller. So my just to recap on my levels, running my water parameters at. Last tested yesterday on everything. Alkalinity 9.6, calcium 420, which I dosed some calcium in 10 ml, so I would imagine that's about 450 now. My magnesium was at 1350, I dosed 25 ml of the Red Sea Foundation program, so I imagine that's up to 1400, 1420, and temperature 26, SG 35 parts, which is 1.026 in gravity. The nitrates, 0, been 0 for weeks now. The highest they've ever been is like 4 parts per million. Just after it cycled, they started coming up, and now they've disappeared. Can't believe my luck with that. Feed every day, the clowns. So yeah, nitrates, they're at 0. pH in the morning is usually about 8, 8.1. By the end of the day, 8.2 to 8.3. No phosphates, no silicates. Well, not that it's testing on the kits at all. Still have this diatom stage going on. It's going on for ages, this diatoms. Everyone keeps saying wait it out, they'll burn themselves out eventually. Well, they've been about now for what, 6 or 7 weeks. I cleared the sand through yesterday. They're just reappearing again, like as you can see, brown dusting everywhere. I know that if when I come back 2-3 months later, the tank would be gone. It's just knowing when they're going to start suddenly going. But yeah, there's not a problem. It's just takes the tank's looking so good now. Just a little bit unattractive, unsightly, a bit ugly. Really, on the nice pure white sand, you've got these brown diatoms. But yeah, we'll just wait that through. But yeah, everything's going good on this little fluval m40. I am planning to do an upgrade. I don't know when. Just all depends on the money side of things. At the moment, struggling to get enough funds together really to do it. Is to do an upgrade. And what I'm probably going to go for is a tank to fill this whole sort of gap here between the sofa and the office desk. And I've decided exactly what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for the Evolution Aqua 900S, which is a rimless sump tank. See a sump in underneath, 2 outlets on the tank. I'm going to run it with 2 Kessel A160s, I think. Yeah, and transfer everything from this into it, and obviously then add more live rock and more corals. But when I'm going to do that, I don't know. I'll do a video update of that from start to finish sort of thing. I'm just going to get this one up and running first and all settled down and matured nicely, and then think about perhaps doing that. Yeah, so that's about it really. Any questions you want on the tank, ask them in the boxes below. Any advice on that Euphilia, I think it's called Euphilia, torch coral, is it? I have seen it, it's more when it first went here for a day or 2, it was extended more than that, and I'm sure the tentacles are supposed to come out more than that. Yeah, any advice on that would be great. And that's about it really. I shall update again probably leave it a couple of weeks at least now. Hopefully get some more growth and you'll see some differences. And then the diatoms will be gone. It should be looking really good then. So until then, cheers people, bye bye.